we have, I think, a video about how is it possible to create, also in Italy, good quality content for an international market, and it's about Ovo. Let's check it out. So welcome on stage Andrea Pezzi, founder of Ovo. He will talk with Gianluca Visalli, head of Multimedia of La Sette. How do you say in English? La 7? All right.
La Sette is much better.
The 7, I think. Salve a tutti, and good morning.
Hi.
I think we are here just for the same reason, and the reason is to talk about what we do and what we think is a key aspect of our market, let's say. About myself, you saw something that regards a part, a very interesting and important part in my company, which is the creation of videos. We have 3 minutes video. Everything is certified by Britannica and Treccani. So we, let's say, try to focus more on very high quality content. And what we do with this content is we deliver the library we have on all the internet space, let's say, without having a website that is considered something very important for us. Because we think that because internet is not a space place, there is no space in internet, we think we need to consider all the content as a commodity and as something that has to be delivered wherever. And because we have this kind of library, we are able to reach, just to give you some numbers, something around 200 million stream each month in the Italian market. And this is something that we are now launching and has a great reflect on the market of advertising. And I'm talking about pre-roll advertising, which is something that puts, I think, Ovo in common with La Sette in a way, because, I mean, we are small, but we are talking about the same kind of advertising, because we are talking about the fact that the web is now taking, they say, on media agency, they are taking over some of the budget that normally, brands used to plan only on TV. And this is a very key aspect, I think, not just for my company. I think it's very important also for you, Gianluca, and I'm leaving to you the
Thank you, Andrea.
The stage.
Just quickly, I'm in charge of the new media offering for La Sette, which I don't know if everybody here knows. It's a free-to-air broadcaster on the Italian market. So what I do is I manage the content production, service development, and business development for La Sette brand on what I used to call the digital platforms. But then last July, there was the analog switch off of television, and so my TV colleagues are calling them digital, and I have to move on, and I call myself new media. Quickly to say what La Sette does in this space, we have been continuously developing our offering of content on the new platforms, on the web, on the mobile, and on the connected devices, following since really 2008, when I started to do this job, following one principle. The principle was and is that digital is not a possibility, digital is the future. And there is no other thing that a relatively small broadcaster can do but trying to surf the wave of digital. Obviously, sometimes we get concerned that it's not a wave, it's a tsunami that will cover ourselves, but we're still confident that it's really a wave, gives us a lot of opportunity. And in that sense, being here and talking to startups, there is one other lesson that we learn in our day-to-day job, and which I think it's very important to share with startups that are interested in the content market. And the lesson is that even if everybody can see where the world and when the market is heading, we should always consider where the market is. I read last statistics on the Italian market on the web, which says that in July there were 22 million viewers of video content on the web, which is 30% more than the year before, and 3 times the viewer on the mobile. Great number, huge, but we should always consider and think that there are 24 million viewers on TV every day.
Yeah, but can I say something on that? I don't know what's your opinion, and I don't know if it's possible to have back and forward or dialogue with you as well. But in my opinion, to talk about TV and internet and mobile, so to talk about the device you use to watch a video is no longer the right way to discuss about video. Video is something that is eventually on TV. Of course, at the moment, a lot of people is watching on TV the video, but you need to consider that TV is going down in terms of audience, in terms of, and if in Italy, talking about our market somehow, and someday somebody will cover what they call the digital divide, so the fact that only 53% of the population in Italy is reached by the very fast internet connection, which I think this kind of gap between internet and TV will change. So also because TV is getting, you can see TV on the web, so it's not easy to share. I think what we need to consider is the fact that in my opinion, one of the reason why we are facing now a very bad situation in terms of economy is also because we watch the world with old models. And the fact that, for example, La Sette or Mediaset or Rai is selling on a side advertising on TV and on another side advertising on the web is, again, something that it doesn't make any sense anymore. And for my luck, because I'm working in the interspace that the big giants are living, in my opinion, one day you will sell video advertising on video content, regardless to the platform you're using. I don't know what's your.
Obviously, I totally agree with you. Luckily, I'm not on the advertising side. I'm on the content side. And I totally agree on the fact that one of the main problem of the old value chain, the advertising value chain in Italy, is that there is a lot of traditional thinking and traditional way of acting. And I believe that is the problem of all of the subjects in this value chain are interested by the same problem. Starting from the client, to the media agency, to the advertising agency, to the sales agency. So everyone in this market sticks with the model based on television, broadcasting, the traditional one, and is trying to resist to the movement, to the new one, basically because they don't know, they don't understand exactly what's going on. And since they're managing money, they want to be, safe. But there's one thing let me add, is the fact that the thing that I was saying about the traditionality of the viewer, so the consumption still being a lot on the traditional TVs, it's definitely true for Italy, but it's also, in a way, true also on more advanced market. There was a news I read yesterday, is the fact that one of the YouTube content producer, one of the lucky guy which got financed by YouTube to develop their own channel, signed a contract with ABC to move the show on TV, which I found, extremely funny, the fact that the TV is coming back. Like, once you do something on YouTube, which is get popular, then you go back to TV to distribute that.
Yeah, that's exactly the fact that, you cannot divide in...
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I think there is something very different now. The fact that, Mediaset in Italy and a lot of other big publishers, they are losing a lot of money. So the fact that they do try to resist to the change doesn't have a big impact in the market now. So in the past, of course, you had to consider the fact that Mediaset was huge, and it was difficult to change if they are there protecting their market. But now they are in trouble, and they're luckily they are not so powerful anymore. Mm-hmm. But in this, I want to put on the table, I don't know if you had the chance to talk about that, and I don't know if you consider that as a bomb, but in my opinion, this is a very key issue for the future of the, let's say, local markets in terms of content generating and the people that is working in our industry. I have to consider that my worry is the fact that that Google said that in 2-3 years they will get 2 billion advertising. We have a market, an advertising market in Italy of 8.8 billion, value. And if Google, let's say the market will decrease and will reach 8 billion, and if Google takes 2 billion, it means that 25% of the market will, let's say, will float to another country without paying VAT in Italy, without paying tax in Italy, without paying anything in Italy, and without also creating opportunity for people that is doing my job or people that is working on media in any way. So the big fact that we need to consider talking about content industry is the fact that because, as I said at the beginning, internet is not a space, eventually you can have a company in Dublin and send from Dublin an invoice.
Just to name one, we don't know where.
And send an invoice to, I don't know, BMW Italy, and get paid by Italy without leaving anything on the table, let me say. And this is something that has a great effect on the market. We are, we have an industry that doesn't know, I'm talking about TV, the danger that they are facing, because this is a very big danger. And this is the only danger that puts La Sette, Mediaset, together with other small editors and publishers like Ovo, my company, and like Populis, just to name somebody that is organizing this great and beautiful event. So I think there is a very big discussion here on how, I'm not talking about the government, but on the fact that we need to reflect. I was, and then I close my speech, but I was in Paris talking with Ogilvy in June, and what happened there is that when I was negotiating with them, they said, okay, Mr. Pezzi, you have, Monsieur Pezzi, you have a great idea. I mean, we like it. We can actually face the fact that this is a new model and we can help you to build it up. But what's your plan? How many people you will hire here? How many, what's your plan for France? And, as you know, Ogilvy is not a public company. I mean, it's not, it doesn't belong to the government there. So it's just a matter of culture. Is the fact that planners, 23 years old planners in Italy doesn't know that then when they plan YouTube, when they plan Google, they are burning their future place where to go and work because they are burning the opportunity of an industry in Italy. This is something that is cultural, and France, and Google has in France the headquarters here for Europe, not by chance. France is dealing with that, not with law, with culture, with the system that works, with the fact that we France, they defend their own market, their own industry, and the budget they generate with advertising is not taken by others. The problem we have to face all together, I think, and this is a key issue also for, and a great opportunity to be here to say that, is the fact that we need to work together and understand that it doesn't matter where we are and what business we are doing. We need to create the opportunity to build an economy that works in Italy. Even if you are La Sette, Ovo, or Populis, or whatever. This is my opinion, and I'm happy to say that in front of everybody. I don't know who's listening, but what's your opinion on that?
I found interesting, and I found very interesting, this point of view. First of all, let me say, I don't think we are here to get into political issues, regulation, taxation,
it's a cultural,
I agree. No. I understand and I agree with what you say, but just I want to, I think, make it clear because that will bring us in another direction. Talking about the cultural point of sustaining the economy, and it's a bit weird for me, to get into the shoes of Google and defending that model.
They don't need.
They don't need. They don't need it. But I just wanted to add something to what you said. I think that first of all, for a small broadcaster, which used to be clashed by Mediaset, basically, which was 65% of the television market advertising, their result in advertising, their market share is more than 65%. I could say that moving into a market in which you have someone at 35, someone at 25, and then the rest would be much better than the market I'm coming from. But having said so, that's that perspective is a perspective which is, I believe, can be interesting for small companies, and I consider ourselves a small company into the market. The fact that they're getting more opportunities to sell advertising, and some of the Google models are models which allow the content owner to develop their own business. Obviously, they take a portion of what you do because they were able to build a platform which collects the largest chunk of the market.
Yeah. No, but I think they are great.
So there is a market reason for them to be there.
No issue about the fact that you are great. Google is great. Google is doing a great job. It's teaching us every day. To me, what I said at the beginning, we do, talking about, the introduction was about the journalism, okay? And the fact that media agency, they keep planning content, selling spaces on a web page. They sell pixels, and this is
crazy,
stupid, because there is no space in the internet. You cannot sell space there. And Google is the only company that actually the first, let me say, that had understood that you need to sell connection. So you look for the word computer, and then you will find IBM, for example. No matter where you are, there is no space, no time, let me say. So the way you sell advertising is not space as a banner, is connection. We are doing the same with video. Of course, we are not Google. We are trying to put together a content. So we ask media agency not to plan media, but to plan content. And we plan the content all over the platform. So that's the job we do. And so I consider the lesson of Google a great lesson. But at the same time, I think we need to understand that the fact that the absence of space reflects on fiscal, political also, but I'm talking about economy. Reflects on the economy is a very key issue. And if you invoice from Dublin and you have 2 billion that goes out from Italy, with Mediaset, maybe they will, in 2 or 3 years, they will be like Mediaset, Google and Mediaset. They will take the same shares of the market. Mediaset is investing, anyway, in Italy with, people, production place, people that is doing business with media. Google doesn't. They come over with new content doing, that has been done in America or in UK, and it's, we're fucked. So this is a big issue that I think we need to consider, not in a political way, but in a cultural way. And we need to, I think, when we have the responsibility to plan, we need to be more, cautious. We need to know what we are doing and the effect of what we do. And I love Google.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But I think what is really important to say is that this is a new, is a new scenario of opportunity. Because at the same time, as you said, Google is bringing content from US and is showing those content, breaking all the rules and getting straight to the viewers. That's the same thing you can do using their platform, going to, US or
But you are not a scalable model. If they do that, if they take off the budget, as La Sette, you will take peanuts, and you cannot create a content that is competitive with them. It's a matter of volume.
Well, but in the end, we are using YouTube, we are using Google, we are partnered with them, we're very happy of the partnership we have with them. One of the good things we're getting out of the partnership is that not only we are getting more viewers on the Italian market because we are on YouTube, net result, overall, we are increasing our viewership because we put content on YouTube. But we're getting content from abroad. We're getting, on some content, we're getting up to 25% of viewership coming from out of Italy. And that is an opportunity which us, as a television, would not get not using those platforms.
It depends sometimes,
so it's
in my
really,
opinion,
looking at the overall, I agree with you on the cultural thing of forcing them to live something in Italy. But at the same time, there is an opportunity which everyone should try to get. Also to shaping their offer in a way which is useful to us.
I agree with you about the fact that they are helpful in the short kind of term, but sometimes you get a candy that is poison. You cannot understand it. Maybe you close the ear better now, but then you close the company 2 years later.
Yeah,
so this is something that is a perspective. And what I hope Populis is doing here is also is trying to challenge everybody of us, all of us, in order to create a system in Italy. I think it's about Italy also, this. Okay. And only if a company that is placed in Italy is creating system with media agency and everybody else, and this system is health, is good, we can, as a country and as single companies, go in UK, as Populis has done, as Ovo is doing, and La Sette maybe wants to do one day. So if we want to see the digital opportunity as an international opportunity, we need to have a system that is very... It's a system, okay?
Let me end with a joke. Allow me, since our time is over. In the long term, we'll all be dead. It's an issue of living well till we get there.
Oh, I don't agree. I don't agree.
Thank you so much, Andrea Pezzi and Gianluca Visalli. Thank you.
Thank you.